All right, children, come on down the front. I've got a story today. Come on. Ooh. Wow. So many children at this church. Look at all your smiling faces. Give me all a big smile. Yeah. Did you guys have a good Christmas? Yeah, you did? Who got lots of presents? Well, you guys must have awesome parents. Hi, Sydney. Oh, I love you too. Okay. Well, today we are talking about going on a journey and some of the obstacles that get in our way. Now, an obstacle is something that might be hard or something bad that happens that we have to work hard at to overcome. So can anyone think, what is something that's bad or hard that's gotten in your way? Have you guys got something? Yeah?
Stealing.
Oh, stealing. Yeah, well, that's something we'd have to try not to do. Yeah, or if someone steals from us, that's a bit of an obstacle that gets in the way. What else is a big, hard obstacle that we might have to work really hard at to get past?
Steal.
Can you say that again?
Steal.
Oh, okay, great. Anyone else got an obstacle, Joey?
A river.
A river might be a big obstacle. How might we cross a river? Might have to jump, swim, fly. Can you guys fly across a river? Oh, maybe sail, maybe build a bridge. All right, you guys have got some good ideas. Well, today we're talking about a man named Joshua, and he had probably the biggest obstacle, the biggest thing to get past ever. It was a massive city. It was humongous. The walls around the city were huge, and it was right thunk in his way. God had promised Joshua and the people of Israel the whole area of Canaan, but this city of Jericho was right in the way, and God said, right, that city of Jericho, it's going to have to go. So the Israelites, led by Joshua, rolled on up, and they stood there and they looked at this big city of Jericho, and they thought, how are we going to get inside? Because the people of Jericho had shut the gates tight and locked them up. There was nobody getting in. There was nobody getting out. There was nothing they could do. So Joshua looked at this big city and thought for a minute, I know what we need. We need a big ladder. We need a big ladder to get over these walls. All right, call the builder, call the builder, call the builder. And the builder came in, and the builder looked up at these walls, and Joshua said, Mr. Builder, we need a big ladder. And the builder shook his head and said, no way, we can't build a ladder big enough to climb these walls. They're way too high. You know what you need? You need someone who can dig a tunnel underneath the walls and into the city. What an excellent idea. Call for the excavator. Call for the excavator. Call for the excavator. And so the excavator came in and had a look and grabbed his trusty spade and gave a bit of a dig at the ground and said, no way, we are not digging a tunnel under these walls. These walls have got a foundation that go down too deep, and the ground is too hard. It would take far too long to dig a tunnel. You know what we need? We need someone who can use a hammer and can smash through these big block walls of the city of Jericho. Oh, excellent idea, they thought. Call the stonemason! Call the stonemason! Call the stonemason! Call the stonemason! And so the stonemason came in, and the stonemason had a look at the walls, and he pulled out his hammer, and he gave the wall a bit of a knock. And he had a bit of a listen. And the stonemason said, yes, I think this can be done. We can use our hammers and our picks, and we can bang, 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 and we can knock our way through the stone walls of Jericho. Excellent, thought Joshua. How long is it going to take? Well, said the stonemason, I think it's going to take about 500 years. What? 500 years? That's way too much time. Well, said the stonemason, there could be another way. You could get someone to fire over top of the walls into the city. Excellent idea, they said. Call the catapultist! Call the catapultist! Call the catapultist! Call the catapultist! So the catapultist came in and said, I think we could build a catapult that we could put some people on and fire them up, over and into the city. But, said the catapultist, the problem isn't launching them. The problem is landing on the other side. I don't think anyone would be alive enough to open the city gates if we did that. What are we going to do? So Joshua went and turned and talked to God. And God said, I have delivered the city to you. All you have to do is follow the instructions that I give you. Get all of the army, get all of the people, and march around the city. So, on day number 1, they all got together, and they stood up, and they marched, and they marched, all around the city. And Joshua said, when you're marching, you have to be really quiet. No yelling, no talking, just marching. Well, day number 2, and they did it again. And the people started thinking, this isn't how you break into a city. We need to be smashing into the gates. We need to be climbing up the walls. We're not going to get into the city by marching around it. But, said Joshua, we must trust in God. Exactly right. And God has said to do this strange thing, so that's what we're going to do. Day number 2, day number 3, day number 4, day number 5, day number 6, they marched around the city wall. And then day number 7, God said, wait! On day number 7, get your army ready. You're going to need some priests with some trumpets. 7 to be exact. You're going to need to take the Ark of the Covenant and carry that with you. And you're going to need the whole army. They're going to have to be really quiet. But guess what? When the priests blow the trumpet, everyone's going to give a great big shout. Do you guys think you can help me today? Yeah? When I blow the trumpet, you guys have to give a great big shout. You think you can do that for me? Yeah? All right, so they got ready and they marched around the wall 1 time. They marched around the wall again 2 times. They marched around the wall 3 times. They kept marching and marching all day long. And the sun was starting, looking like it was going to set when they finally got round the city wall 7 times. Imagine marching the whole way around Fielding 7 times. I think your legs would get pretty tired, don't you? Well then, the priests got out their trumpets. And all the people shouted, "Rah!" And do you know what happened? All by themselves, the walls came tumbling down and the whole army rushed in and sacked the city. And they were victorious. You know, guys, sometimes when we have things in our way, big problems or big troubles that are in our way, like big obstacles, we might try everything we can think of. But the best way we can get through it is to trust in our God, because He sees the big picture. And He might have some pretty funny ways at solving problems, but they always work out victorious. Hey, thanks heaps for listening to my story today. And I hope you guys remember to always put your trust in our awesome God. You can go back to your seats now.